I was continuing to shrink, to become what? The infinitesimal? What was I? Still a human being? Or was I the man of the future? If there were other bursts of radiation, other clouds drifting across seas and continents, would other beings follow me into this vast new world? So close, the infinitesimal and the infinite. But suddenly I knew they were really the two ends of the same concept. The unbelievably small and the unbelievably vast eventually met, like the closing of a gigantic circle. I looked up as if somehow I would grasp the heavens. The universe, worlds beyond number, God's silver tapestry spread across the night. And in that moment, I knew the answer to the riddle of the infinite. I had thought in terms of man's own limited dimension. I had presumed upon nature. That existence begins and ends is man's conception, not nature's. And I felt my body dwindling, melting, becoming nothing. My fears melted away, and in their place came acceptance. All this vast majesty of creation, it had to mean something. And then I meant something too. Yes, smaller than the smallest, I meant something too. To God, there is no zero. I still exist. The mercury is falling, the signs are pointing to storm. Only stupid giggling and whistling from the conning tower, and a dull grint rumbles from the engine. And rolling and pitching in heavy seas, the ship's band plays Humba Tetere, and a maniacal laugh comes from the latrine. The cargo is rotten, the paper's faked, the bilge pumps leak, and the bulkheads jam. The hatches wide open, and all alarm bells ringing. The waves beat man-high into the hold, and elm's fires flicker from the derrick, but no one on board can interpret the signs. The helmsman is lying, the captain is drunk, and the engineer has sunk into dull lethargy. The crew are all perjured scoundrels, the radio operator too cowardly to radio SOS. Klabautermann, the water kobold, leads the ship of fools. Full speed ahead, and course for the reef. On the horizon the signs of the times, wickedness and greed and vanity. On the bridge there are dolts and simpletons. The sharp-toothed shark fishes in the murky waters, brings his catch into the dry, past the helm, on the sandbank by the well-known Treasure Island. The other money launderers and pimps are already waiting. Brudel King, Slot Machine Baron. In the bright light, no one has to hang around in the dark. In the Banana Republic, where even the president has lost his shame and knows no scruples to adorn himself with a tax thief in his entourage. The helmsman is lying, the captain is drunk, and the engineer has sunk into dull lethargy. The crew are all perjured scoundrels. The radio operator too cowardly to radio SOS. Klabautermann, the water kobold, leads the ship of fools. Full speed ahead, and course for the reef. One has made oneself smooth, one has arranged oneself. All the high ideals have been wrecked, and the great rebel, who never tired of arguing, mutates into a severe, poisonous gnome, and sings lamp-like before the wicked old man in Rome his songs. Forsooth, the times they are a-changing. Once young savages are docile, purest, and tame, bought, anesthetized, and wingless, exchange velvet paws for claws once so sharp. And vain old men present themselves boldly with always far too young women on the upper deck, who warm their flabby limbs and chew their food for them. The helmsman is lying, the captain is drunk, and the engineer has sunk into dull lethargy. The crew are all perjured scoundrels. The radio operator too cowardly to radio SOS. Klabautermann, the water kobold, leads the ship of fools. Full speed ahead, and course for the reef. They are arming against the enemy, but the enemy has long been here. He has his hand on your throat. He is behind you. In the protection of the paragraphs, he shuffles the marked cards. Everyone can see it, but everyone looks away, and the dark man comes out of his hiding place and deals under everyone's eyes in front of the kindergarten. The lookout calls from the highest mast, "End time in sight!" But they are petrified, and they do not hear him. They move like lemmings in will-less hordes. It is as if all have lost their minds. They have all conspired to decline and decay, and a will-o'-the-wisp has become their beacon. The helmsman is lying, the captain is drunk, and the engineer has sunk into dull lethargy. The crew are all perjured scoundrels. The radio operator too cowardly to radio SOS. Klabautermann, the water kobold, leads the ship of fools. Full speed ahead, and course for the reef. An election poster torn on the wet lawn. They grin at me, the old sodden phrases, the faces of old men made to look youthful, who tell you that the Middle Ages are progress. And I think to myself, every step towards the promised happiness is a step towards yesterday, is a step backwards. How they exhort the people to prudence and sacrifice. They call it the people, but they mean minions. All the gluing, all the flattering is no longer to be borne. When you first learn to translate what they really say, the minister takes the bishop by the arm, whispering, "You keep them stupid, I'll keep them poor." Be vigilant. Memorize the words. Be vigilant. And don't fall for them. Be careful to use your freedom. Freedom wears out if you don't use it. Be vigilant. Remember the faces well. Be vigilant. Keep your courage. Be alert and be on your guard. You turn on the television. They whine for good old values. Their good old values are almost always the wrong ones. And those who kick so cheekily on the talk show sursut are the ones who trample on all values with their feet. The media mogul and the newspaper czar, the worst goats as gardeners. Well, wonderful. They call for the crucifix, for customs and for good manners, but their message is nothing but ass and tits. Dumbing down, brutalization, violence are the commandments. Their gods are circulation and ratings. They bend the truth and twist the law. So much good old values. It really makes me sick. Be vigilant. Memorize the words. Be vigilant. And don't fall for them. Be careful to use your freedom. Freedom wears out if you don't use it. Be vigilant. Remember the faces well. Be vigilant. Keep your courage. Be alert and be on your guard. It's a great economy for Pete Pipers, for freeloaders and bribe takers. A time for self-servers and profiteers. Hypocrisy, pretense and posturing. And they are all highly respected and very well recognized. And after the worst are named streets and airports. The chicken thief is caught. The gun runner is let off the hook. You can't buy a pipe of grass, but you can buy a poison gas factory. Pollute the air, irradiate the land, do the most damage with impunity. Only don't get caught in sit-in blockades. You grab the Greenpeace, but the environmental pig enjoys trust. And the police always have to beat the wrong people. Be vigilant. Memorize the words. Be vigilant and don't fall for them. Be careful to use your freedom. Freedom wears out if you don't use it. Be vigilant. Remember the faces well. Be vigilant. Keep your courage. Be alert and be on your guard. We've got a basic law that's supposed to guarantee the rule of law. What good is it if they tamper with it at their whim? The hotheads, who are always yakking about the peace mission, and under the table already busy rattling their sabers. The old gleam in the eyes at the big taps. All unit forward! Marching and step! A song and home to the realm! Never again shall violence emanate from this land. We must show the flag, must not stand aside. Purely humanitarian, of course, and completely without bloodshed. Combat operations are now not so completely out of the question. They are pulling us in deeper and deeper, piece by piece. And since 5 o'clock this morning, we've been shooting back again. Be vigilant. Memorize the words. Be vigilant and don't fall for them. Be careful to use your freedom. Freedom wears out if you don't use it. Be vigilant. Remember the faces well. Be vigilant. Keep your courage. Be alert and be on your guard. I'm longing for people who don't cheat me, who don't lie my ass off with every speech of celebration, and spare me the false honest ones, the true dangerous ones. I'm longing for a piece of truthfulness, for a bit of backbone in these warped times. But tell the truth and you'll soon have nothing to laugh about. They'll ruin you, execute and muzzle you, blackmail, bribe, try to buy you off. If you tell the truth, keep the engine running outside, then tell it loud and fast, for the proverb teaches, he who tells the truth needs a damn fast horse. Be vigilant, memorize the words, be alert and don't fall for them. Make sure you use your freedom. Freedom wears out if you don't use it. Be vigilant. Remember the faces well. Be vigilant. Keep your courage. Be alert and be on your guard. Really watch out. I think I'd better write to you in advance and decline your request now, once and for all. You don't need to spread out your lists to see that I've got 2 sons too. I love them both. I want to tell you that more than my life, more than my sight. And they will not bear arms. No, I won't give my sons. No, I won't give my sons. I have taught them the respect for life itself, for every living creature as the highest value. I have taught them mercy and forgiveness, and to love wherever I could. Now you will not corrupt them with your hate. No goal, no honor, and no duty are worth killing and dying for. No, I won't give my sons. No, I won't give my sons. Certainly not for you their mother brought them into the world in pain. Not for you, and not as cannon fodder. Not for you have I spent many a feverish night. I stood by that little bed in despair and cooled the small glowing face, till we found rest in exhaustion. No, I won't give my sons. No, I won't give my sons. They will not march in rank and file, not hold on, not fight until the end. Freeze to death on a God-forsaken field, while you sit in soft cushions. Protect my children from all dangers. It's my damned duty as a father. And that's to keep them from you too. No, I won't give my sons. No, I will not give my sons. I will teach them disobedience, resistance, and unbendingness. To rebel against every command, and not to bow to authority. I will teach them to go their own way. Before no boogeyman, no world court, to stand before no one but themselves. No, I will not give my sons. No, I will not give my sons. And I'd rather flee with them myself than let you make them your servants. I'd rather go with them into foreign lands, in poverty and like thieves in the night. We have but this one short life. I swear it and tell you straight to your face. They will not give it for your delusion and your madness. No, I will not give my sons. No, I won't give my sons. Never.